This is still your favorite program, now streaming, reaching you from ACNNTV. Remember, you can be part of this program. Call in, give your contribution, or send your comments through our various social media handles out there. They are showing on your screen. Nigerians are being faced with danger, threats, and lack of protection every day. And it's no longer news that the rate at which the prices of commodities increase in Nigeria is really overwhelming. I mean, they happen on a daily basis. And today we shall be looking at the causes of these, and we also outline solutions to them also. You're welcome to this discussion segment, and we shall be looking at the topic, matters arising, insecurity and hunger in Nigeria. And I can tell you, still with me in the studio are Honorable Ben ROLAND IGBAKPA and Honorable Dr. KINGSLEY OKORONKWO. You are welcome once again. Thank you for being with us here. So it is a little bit broad, but it is matters arising. We are looking at insecurity and hunger. But I might want to ask, what is even the relationship between insecurity? Why will insecurity bring hunger in the land? So I will be starting with you, Honorable Dr. KINGSLEY. What's the relationship between insecurity and hunger in Nigeria?
Well, thank you very much. Hunger is the result of insecurity, banditry, and the terrorism.
Okay.
In the situation whereby, just like what Honorable have said,
yes,
farmers are afraid of going to farm to cultivate, just because of the fear of being raped, killed, and kidnapped for ransom. So that's just it.
Okay, that was direct and quick, but very it's very straight to the point there. Honorable ROLAND, sir, what can you say about hunger and insecurity generally? I mean, we are talking about it before the break, but let's look at it right now.
Well, naturally, any country that is in war, the first humanitarian problem that comes with it is hunger.
Wow.
And the hunger comes with health challenges, and that is why most times when you see all these non-government organizations going there, bringing food, bringing medicine, because once there's insecurity, a lot of things stops, nothing work. And that is why people say that no development can take place in an insecure environment.
Yes. Okay.
And so when the people can no longer farm, those that are into commerce, buying and selling, can no longer move freely. In Nigeria here now we have issues with our roads. You pick your wares from the port in Lagos, and before you get to Kano, you are already doing 2 months.
Wow.
Some can even go bad. For the few of our people that are trying to see what they can do to get into export, their wares are spoiled before they get to the port, and only to get to the point of destination and they are rejected. So insecurity brings about all this. People are not there. Even contracts awarded for road construction, and the contractors cannot go to site because of the fear of being kidnapped. So it's they move hand in hand. Once there's insecurity, there must be hunger.
Exactly. Okay. Security, hunger. But we have identified. Okay, in trying to bring a solution to this particular plague on Nigeria right now, I mean, Nigerians have been calling on the presidency to declare bandits as terrorists. How is it going to be effective? How is this going to be effective in curtailing this if they are proscribed terrorists of Nigeria right now? How is it going to be effective in stopping or curtailing this menace?
Well, I must tell you, if that political will is there, because the moment you label them terrorists, it means that the security agencies can use the maximum force available to crush them. A terrorist, according to the Terrorist Act, is not your friend. They could kill you if you don't kill them fast. So then nobody's going to some what do you call them, these many organizations that are coming, oh, people are killed tomorrow, Human Rights Watch is talking about it. But if these people are terrorists, as they are, then the military can move in with all the paraphernalia of the military and do what they have to do, because these people are enemies to the state and they have to be killed. But now, if they are not, then you start talking about human rights and the right to life, and the military are overdoing certain things, there's extrajudicial killings will come. So that is why we are crying, Nigerians are crying, Mr. President, do your job. You were a military head of state. You are a combatant, so you know what is applicable. You know how to get these things done. Okay. Just do your job and give us the right to life too. Because not everybody can have that security that they have. Yeah. Nigerians are dying. Nigerians are being killed every day. So Mr. President should wake up.
Okay. All right. I will come back to you on that because this... I will come back to you on that, but I want to get your reaction to this this particular question of how proscribing them or declaring them terrorists of Nigeria, how it will be effective. Maybe you have something to add to what he already said.
Well, basically, you have said my mind.
Okay.
But as far as I'm concerned, hunger can only be curtailed if the insurgent, the bandit, are wiped out completely without any mercy.
Okay.
The federal government, as far as I'm concerned, the insecurity that is happening in this nation, having politicized, they should come out and do what the whole millions of Nigerians voted for them, gave them the vote to protect their lives and properties. Or else, I think we may not have a headway. They should be declared as terrorists, and they should be wiped out. Okay. That's the only way that hunger can be curtailed.
Okay, Honorable Roland, it's not as if the president have been entirely silent concerning the security issues. Of course, recently he alleged that some members in the House of Assembly, trying to indict some members from there right now, saying they are the sponsors of the security situation in Nigeria. I don't know if this has brought any kind of unrest in the House, but what is your take? Is there an atom of truth in what the president said?
Well, I must tell you that Mr. President has not shown the political will to do his job as far as the issue of security is concerned. It's not just enough to budget and make provision of billions and trillions for security equipment. You must give the people, you must give them the machine order. They are human beings, they need the motivation. You must give them the enabling environment. And when Mr. President mentioned that, you remember I raised the issue in the House, and he should name the person, because I'm a proud member of that hallowed chamber. Hallowed, we all know, is dignified, and we must be above board in our attitude. And if really one of us, 469 members, is found wanting, Mr. President, as a father of the nation, like I told him in the floor, that he should name the person. Not just enough to name the person. Go ahead and initiate prosecution, which is within his powers. Then get conviction. That is the only way you can shame the person. It's not just enough to name. Naming does not guarantee conviction. Yeah. So you should be able to put all your arsenal together. You have the power of conviction. You have the security reports that you get every day. I still find it, I still frown at it, that Mr. President didn't do well at all by saying one member of the National Assembly. That is still carrying the flag of terrorist financier and all of us, including myself, seated here, because I narrated my ordeal, and that ordeal is going to happen to a lot of my colleagues until Mr. President said that. So for me, that is wrong. That's very, very wrong. It's unstatemanly. They should have been able. It's a soldier, like I keep saying. It should be bold enough to mention. And the Minister of The Attorney General said same thing some days ago, and it shows that the government is not serious. You've not been able to deal with the one they say you should say. You are saying another one and saying the same thing. So it shows that they don't have the political will to do what Nigerians are asking them to do.
Yes, I would like to ask for the question, especially on naming these unknown sponsors of terrorism. But let me get your view, Dr. Kingsley. You're a criminology expert, and is there an implication to the statement of President Buhari that members of the House of Assembly?
No, he said a member.
Okay, a member.
Yes.
Thank you for that correction, sir. Is there an implication to this, or what are the implications for that statement from President Buhari?
Well, I think it's not enough to make that statement.
Okay.
I think a man could fight if he's provoked, standardly until he could endure no more.
Okay.
And the philosophy of turning the other cheek to antagonize cases, as well as when he insists of raping your wife as well. You are aware that some times ago, the same federal government told us that they have the list of the sponsors of these terrorists.
Yes, that's right.
But I wonder, have they been prosecuted to show a deterrent to others? The answer is no. Coming out to say that a member, I think he must be joking. But what we are talking is that the federal government should do what they ought to do. We saw what happened on the rail, Kaduna rail transit.
Yes.
Just an imagine. The road is no more accessible. Now the train, most of the budgets, they follow the trains. And now they're afraid of even traveling by train. When will this nation have the input based on the ideology we are talking about? Nigeria is we are sitting in a time bomb, whether we like it or not. Because these stories, or banditry, or what they call them, for the president not declaring them, if I may say it, the National Assemblies, they have come out to tell Mr. President, please declare these bandits as terrorists.
Yes.
Some ministers have said that. Even the almighty RFI have said it. It's on paper.
Yes.
That the bandits should be declared as terrorists.
Said it 2
So
days
I think
ago.
not only declaring them as terrorists, they should also prosecute the sponsors. They cannot tell us that they don't know the sponsor for this bandit and what have you. It's on record. We saw it, and they are still saying it, that if any attempt to declare bandit terrorists, that Nigeria will be what? It was on paper day for yesterday.
No. Okay, I did say we are going to come back to naming of these sponsors. I mean, it's not a new call. Nigerians have been calling since the time the presidency said they have a list of those sponsoring insecurity. Nigerians have called for them to name and shame these people. But on the side of the government, they've also said naming and shaming might just not be the best approach to this. They want to take these people to court. Because I think it was Alhaji Lai Mohammed saying, if this backfires on the government, it will not be very good. So let's look at that approach of naming and shaming. Honorable ROLAND, naming and shaming, is it the best way of doing this? I mean, looking at the level at which things have deteriorated in Nigeria right now, naming and shaming, is it what we need?
My brother, let me tell you, this government is a desperate government. So naming alone, they can name anybody. Just because probably you don't share the same ideology with them. But that is why, in my approach to it, I said name, prosecute, secure conviction. That is when another arm of government has pronounced something. So naming is not just enough.
Yes.
You should go the full hog. We'll be saying this, they've been saying it for the past 4 years or 5.
Yes.
So if Dubai can name 3 Nigerians that these people are sponsoring, what is wrong in Nigeria here? A government, a sovereign state, afraid to name somebody, name the person, prosecute the person, charge the person to court. Until you get conviction, you have not shamed anybody. It's a mere allegation. So that is why naming is not just, naming and shaming is not what we're asking for. Name, prosecute, secure conviction. Then we can say, yes, you are fully done. This person is guilty.
Wow, thank you very much. I mean, viewers, you heard that coming from the honorable member. Name and prosecute, secure conviction. What is your take on that? We're still expecting your calls and your messages, but we'll keep moving. We are talking about insecurity and hunger in Nigeria, and is there something the nation, the government of the day can do to, even for a fact that security problems is one of the major reasons for hunger, but in controlling prices of things, is there how the government can come into this to, you know, control prices of even made in Nigerian goods and the rest of it, so that it can be, these things can be affordable for Nigerians? What can the government do? Let me start.
Okay, one thing is this. Where you have not invested, you cannot control.
Yes.
Look at Nigeria. We just talked about our roads.
Okay.
All over the country, the roads are bad. You run generator. I am sure in this studio now, you are running a generator. You are running diesel. The price move over to the final consumer.
Yes.
You were talking about security. I saw people here. They are private security companies because the government have not been able to secure us for us to go into investment without thinking of an alternative.
Yes.
That is cost. And again, we have our own insecurity. You have our own, instead of intelligence based, our intelligence data collection and whatever it is on intelligence is dead. We don't even, we will sit here, the people will come today, hit us, they go, tomorrow they come back. We don't get any intelligence. And I say at times when people are blaming this Sheikh Gumi, I said they should not blame him. He's fortunate, he can relate to them. But unfortunately, they've not been able to harness what he knows.
Yes.
And use it
exactly
to help the system in dealing with these bandits. Because he probably is their friend. He does not want you to harm them, but he wants to sit in between and do negotiation. Who does that? In which country? How have we come up to this? What would the other world look at us to be? That somebody have access to these people and he can always come and negotiate, do this for them. Yeah. Yes, even in advanced countries, yes, they have people that are international negotiators and this and that, but not this kind of this thing.
Okay, I don't know if you have anything to, we're actually running to meet time now, but do you have anything to add to that, you know, controlling of prices of goods, especially made in Nigerian goods, before we run?
Well, just as you have said, the price of goods in Nigeria cannot be controlled because we are not even producing what the populace could boast of. So tell me, are you talking about in the textiles or what have you? Almost all our textiles industries have been drowned. You are aware that most of the importation that we're having is from China. I worked with a textile producing company where we were in charge of distribution, that Qualitex.
Okay.
That was some years back. But I can tell you that both the Supertex, the UNTL, the Arewatex, the only textile mill that is functioning now is UNTL. They are not even producing. Ask me why. Because of the influence of the materials. Is it the lack of power?
Important.
So what are we talking?
We can't compete.
We cannot control it because we are not producing what the population of this nation can consume. So I think it still boils out to good governance, efficiency, effectiveness. So I just pray that this come 2023, Nigerians should use their voters card.
Wow.
And I bet you, vote will be count come 2023. It will not be as usual.
Yes, okay.
So we need a change, not the type of change that we are yearning for.
No. This one chain us.
Okay, I mean, talking about voters card, the next election is in Anambra State, so all eyes are on both the residents of Anambra State and of course the INEC. And of course, we also have security problems right there. And what would be your advice to INEC? Should this election hold come November 6, or should it be postponed? I mean,
well, election in Anambra State must go on.
Okay.
Or otherwise, we will now give the tourists a stronghold. We have what it takes. Our security men, even the police, Nigerian police and men are being celebrated over the war. Are you talking about our combatant, the military men, well trained? Nothing can stop this election. Election has to go, or else that's to say that Nigerian security have given power to the insurgent. It's not possible. Election must hold, or otherwise we now know that we are in a time bomb.
Okay, Honorable, we are rounding up now, and you have your take on the Anambra issue, on the question I asked, but you round it up with your general advice to the government. I mean, we all want Nigeria to work. So what is your general advice, not as an opposition? Right now? No. Yes.
I try not to be an opposition in my dealing. That's I'm a pan-Nigerian. I believe that Nigeria should work irrespective of the political party. But where it fails, we just have to say it the way it is. Then for the Anambra issue, non-state actors cannot take the place of state actors.
That's right.
They can't. And there's nowhere, because once you allow that, then the system have failed. There's a total breakdown, and the non-state actors will go a step further. So this is the time for government to show strength and say, we have a government in place, and the government in place must rise up to take its place. Then to make Nigeria work. I've said this in a Vanguard interview not too long ago. While we look at the bombs and the guns, we should think about gathering intelligence and looking at area of dialogue where possible. Because some of these people are crying, they want to be heard. Some of these people have been bruised over time, they've been abandoned over time, and they are saying, we are part of this nation. We want to be heard. We want to be given our place as citizens of this country. And when they are not heard, they have to do some other things. If you are crying and nobody's listening to you, you stop crying, you jump up, you slam yourself on the floor, your mother will come and say, this child, don't hurt yourself. What is the problem? And I think that is what some of them are doing. And the government should look at the possibility of going into dialogue to ensure that Nigeria comes together in one entity and grow.
Okay, Honorable Kingsley, your last words. Honorable ROLAND talked about dialogue, and not just him. We've heard that dialogue with the people agitating. So, what's your last word, sir?
Well, I still believe that the Southeast still believe in one Nigeria, but all what they are asking is for equal comparison.
All right.
We cannot say that we are one Nigerian, whereas you will be restricted when it comes to leadership. But I think, and secondly, the judiciary has to assist us to strengthen the laws that has to do with the tourism. That's the problem we are having now.
Okay.
The bandit should be named tourists. You cannot name other organization tourists, whereas the main people, just as of yesterday, it is on paper.
Yes.
About 37 or 38 souls were killed yesterday morning.
Yes, that's right.
I think Is it when the whole nation is being wiped out before we will not know that we need to take a drastic situation on these problems?
Wow.
I think the government has to come on board, do the needful, because the nation are crying. Our mothers are crying. So is it when it is out of hand before the government will now play a role? I think the answer is no.
Okay. I mean, thank you very much, sir, for that, and thank you very much, Honorable Roland. Thank you both for joining us in the program today, finding out time and making it to the studio. I must say it is a great time with you here, and viewers. This is where we'll call it a day. We'll come again for this program tomorrow, but it will come your way again, same time, same station tomorrow. Be a law-abiding citizen. Be vigilant. If you see something, say something, and always report criminal acts to the appropriate authority, and do good at all times. Do well also to register for your voter's card if you haven't, and find time to register. Do well to get your card, and be if you can, be a card carrier of a political party. Be ready to be actively involved in politics. Governance is for everybody and not for some selected few. Remember, God is the ultimate protector and deliverer. Therefore, put your trust in Him. Thank you so much for joining us, and we hope we can have more of this. I am Charles Philip Wakalam. They will come your way again. Bye for now.